Hello everybody, Andrea Twarowski here with Dentalelle Tutoring. So I had a comment on my YouTube video last week, I think it was, or maybe the week before that. Things have been a little bit crazy because we are moving. So actually we listed our house last Friday, so we had to pack, we had to organize. Oh my gosh, we have too much stuff. So sorry that it's been a while since I've done a video, but I'm doing like literally 10 today. So if I lose my voice, that's why. I'm tutoring on Sunday, so I gotta keep my voice, I guess, right? But somebody had asked me, so how did I get to where I am now? Like, what was my journey throughout this entire dental assisting, dental hygiene, taking that twice, restorative hygiene, and now a full-time tutor that's also a temp hygienist. So you might be wondering, and at least this person is, so that's why I thought that I would talk about it. So what has my journey been like? So I'll try not to keep this too long. In fact, what time is it? It is 1:06. So I'm going to keep my cell phone right here just so I can see the time. I'll try not to talk forever about this because I most certainly can. But my journey, my experience. So I always knew that I wanted to be in the dental field for at least as long as I can remember. I don't know why. I think it's just because I had a very nice dental assistant, a nice dental hygienist when I was a kid. And I thought, well, they always look so happy. I think that's something that I can do too. That is what I want to do when I'm older. So I knew this probably since the age of 10. You know, I have always known. Even in public school, I remember telling my teachers that I want to be in the dental field. But I also knew that I did not want to be a dentist. I don't know why. I just always knew that I didn't want to go through all of that school and to have to give people needles and to have to do all of that. So I said to myself, well, what's the next best thing? Well, I could be a hygienist or I could be a dental assistant. So I became a dental assistant first. Not necessarily by choice, but because my marks were not high enough to get into the dental hygiene program. So I tried right out of high school. My marks were average. I had 70s, some 80s, but mostly 70s. But I worked hard. Just for some reason, I could not get higher marks. I only applied to dental hygiene. Like, I tried all of the schools. Like, I think we had 3 choices, maybe 6. I can't remember now. But I didn't get into any of them. And I kind of said to myself, oh, shoot, now what? I just assumed that I would become a dental hygienist. So what I did actually was I took PreHealth at Fanshawe College, so in London, Ontario, because I was told that if I had good marks there, I would be able to get into the dental hygiene program. Well, PreHealth science is like high school all over again, so I hated it. I'm just being honest, I hated it. I had to learn math, English, chemistry, biology all over again, and I hated it. My marks were barely a pass. Well, no, I passed, but my average was like a 70, and that's not very good. I mean, that's average, but to get into a well sought after program, you needed more than a 70. But again, I worked so hard, I didn't understand why I just couldn't be a dental hygienist. So I was actually very upset. But I did apply again for hygiene after my PreHealth course, which was a year, but it was a waste of time. Honestly, I hated it. But that's just me. But this time I did apply for dental assisting. And I couldn't get into dental assisting either. So dental hygiene and dental assisting, I couldn't get in. Yeah, how weird is that? So I was kind of stuck, like I didn't know what to do. This is what I wanted to do. But I said to myself, you know what, I'm okay to be an assistant first because then I can learn everything. I can work, you know what I mean? But I couldn't get in anywhere. But how did this happen? My mom's friend, her daughter, went to a private college for a different course. I can't remember the course, but it was for something else. And the private college that she went to had a dental assisting course. So my mom, she came home one day and said, did you know that you could take assisting at a private college? And I just said, oh, a private college, that doesn't sound very good. You know, like all they want is your money. But these are just things that I thought, right? I didn't know. But she also said, well, you know what? You would like to be in the dental field. It looks like this is the only way that you're going to get in. So if you get high marks in dental assisting, then I'm sure it'd be a lot easier for you to do hygiene. So I kind of said, you know what, you're right. But at this point, it was after September, and I said, well, I probably missed my chance. So we looked into it, and private colleges have new enrollment like every 4 months. So the next enrollment was going to be in November. So I was like, oh my God, I can do that. Like, let's give it a shot. It was pricey, but I don't think that it was any more pricey than a regular college. It just seemed like a lot of money. At the time, I paid $11,000 for my dental assisting program, and my pre-health was like $6,000 or something. So obviously a big, big difference. But the nice thing about this private college was I was able to pay per month. And that I could do because I worked full-time. Well, not full-time, but I worked every night. So like part-time, but like it felt like full-time. And every Saturday all day and every Sunday all day. So I made, you know, a good amount. So yeah, so I became a hygienist. I was accepted. I did have to go through an interview process at the school, but that was always easy for me. I don't know why. I've never had a problem saying, hey, I'm so-and-so. Ask me any question you want. I'm happy to answer. I don't remember the interview per se, but I just remember them asking questions like, so why do you want to be inside the program? Are you prepared to work hard? Do you work full time? Because I do remember them saying, if you work, we do suggest you not work because it is a hard, tough program. But if you're committed to your success, then, you know, we hope that you do well, because for assisting, you had to maintain a 70% in every single class. And for me, when I was getting like 60% marks in high school, I was kind of nervous, but I said to myself, no, you know what? This is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. So anyways, fast forward, the assisting program took a year. I loved it. I loved it. I got 90s in all of my classes because I think because I actually liked what I was learning, and having like tried to get into the program and not being accepted anywhere, I was just so happy to be accepted. I'm sorry guys, let me just have, oh, this is almost done. That didn't really work, but anyways, that helped a little bit. So I think I was just so excited to be in school. But you know what, having that said, afterwards I was kind of like, okay, well now I guess I'll work as a dental assistant. And I was lucky enough to get a job right away. I just applied everywhere. I had an interview in 2 places, and the second place that I had the interview with, they were like, you're hired. It's like, really? Oh my God, that's awesome. I was so excited, you guys. And I worked there for like 13 years, 12 years. I worked there. I was a dental assistant first. Oh yes, but let's continue with my experiences, right? So I was a dental assistant for at least a couple years before I decided to try to get into hygiene again, because I wanted to make some money, and even like I just loved it. I made amazing money at the time, you know, I thought so, because I made a lot more than I did working at Subway, at least twice as much. So I thought, okay, this is awesome. But you know, after a couple years, I'm like, you know what? No, like I want to be a hygienist. If I don't head back to school now, I'm never going to want to, right? So I tried to apply again, but same thing. Nobody would accept me because my marks were not high enough. So, but at that time, a hygiene private college opened up, and they were accepting students. So I took that as a sign. I applied and I got in. So I think I started like 2 months after that also. Like it was awesome. So I got in, the same city. It was awesome. Oh my God, you guys, I was so excited. I can't even tell you. Oh, I was so, so happy. So this course was supposed to take me 2 years, okay? A tough hygiene program. Oh my God. It was stressful as heck, but I loved every second of it, okay? I loved it. It was stressful, but you know, it was still manageable. But 2 weeks before I was supposed to graduate, 2 or 3 weeks, my school shut down. Yes, it was a private college, so they're allowed to shut down at any time if they're not accredited. So the owner, I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy. Urgh. I have allergies, so that's probably why. But okay, so the owner of the school decided to say he ran out of money, he shut the doors and walked away. I didn't know people could do that, but apparently they could. So all of us had nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it. They wouldn't even let us take the exam, you know, like 2 weeks. We were done in 2 weeks. We had nothing else to learn. We were done our patients. We knew everything. But they wouldn't let us take the board exam. They said we had to have a dental hygiene a diploma. So we had to have that in our hands. And in order to get a diploma, you have to officially graduate, right? It makes sense, but you know, we just thought 2 weeks away, just give us the damn thing, right? But they wouldn't. So I decided to move to a different city, a different private college about 2 hours away. I think I started that about 3 months later. So I had to take the whole program again. Yeah, 2 years, the whole program again. The second time, for whatever reason, it was more stressful. I think because in my mind, I had taken the program, I was like, I am done. I can't imagine doing this again, but I want to be a hygienist, so I have to. So the second time was actually a lot harder, not academically because I knew everything, but I didn't want to be there, if that makes sense. But I tried to make the most of it. I showed up every day in clinic. I did the best I could. You know, I did everything that I possibly could. And that's actually where I started helping people in my class study for the exams, because I just knew how to study. I knew how to explain things. So then I thought, oh, you know what? I kind of want to start my own like teaching, you know. I then wanted to be a teacher to teach dental hygiene and dental assisting students. But you have to go back to school for that. So I didn't want to do that. So I just opened up my own thing. I started this tutoring business. Yeah, it's been almost 12, 13 years now. I did start helping out dental assisting students first, but I didn't really take it that seriously. Like I probably tutored like once every like 4 months or something, right? But after I finished my dental hygiene program the second time, that's when I made a website, I made courses, and thought, okay, I can teach dental hygiene students how to pass the board exam. You know, awesome, right? But yeah, so that's my journey from assisting to hygiene. I was finally, obviously, able to finish school after the second time of hygiene. It was tough, but I was so happy to get out of there, and I was lucky enough to get a job right away in the same office, so that was pretty awesome. I was covering a maternity leave, so perfect timing, and then I did end up staying on after that, and it was just awesome. I loved it. But again, fast forward, I was working full-time and then part-time, and then saying, you know what? I'm having a lot of fun tutoring. I kind of want to see if I can do this full-time. So I left that office to tutor full-time, and I love it. I love it. But I've also still said, well, I kind of would like to be in the field though too. So I work at a dental office on Mondays and some Saturdays, and that's it. But I love it. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, I am crazy, okay? So I took another program, which I forgot to mention. Oh my gosh. I took Restorative Hygiene about 2-3 years ago in Ottawa. So I became a restorative hygienist. But the funny thing is, it's never something that I wanted to do. The person that I was working for at that other office, he wanted the extra help. He heard about the program. He could see everything that we were able to do, and he wanted me to go back to school for that. So I said, okay. It took about 9 months. That's it. And I love it now too. I love being a restorative hygienist. I love it. So now I do a little bit of everything, literally. So I love tutoring. I love teaching. I love working in the dental office. I love all of it. So that's my experience. I do hope that I answered all of your questions. What did I want to say? I think I mentioned this, but I did work full-time and then part-time, and now I'm working Mondays and Saturdays. That's it. But you know what? That works for me because I love tutoring and teaching, and that takes up a lot of my time. So that's what I'm doing now. So yeah, so thank you so much for asking the question. If I didn't answer something though, please let me know. I think I explained sort of how I got to where I am today. But yeah, if you guys, if I missed something or left something out, just let me know. I am always happy to answer your questions. And thank you so much for watching. Sorry that my allergies, oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy, have been acting up today, but they've actually been a lot worse, so this isn't too bad. But thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.